The lecture hall aboard the research vessel Celestial Inquiry hummed with a chorus of low murmurs as students, a fascinating mix of alien species and the bold few human pioneers, settled into their seats. At the podium stood Professor Exelvar Quen, a towering insectoid exarcharian whose 6 multifaceted eyes glittered like gemstones under the room's bright lights. His mandibles clicked rhythmically as he spoke, his voice a deep and resonant hum that carried authority. Behind him, a hologram flickered to life, displaying the icy, forbidding expanse of Fenris 7, a planet located at the fringes of explored space. Its jagged terrain, blanketed in relentless storms of snow and ice, seemed to taunt the notion of survival. "Ladies, gentlemen, and sapients of all kinds," Exelvar began, his tone dripping with scholarly certainty, "the survival of humans on Fenris 7 is improbable. Their frail biology and lack of evolutionary adaptations for such extreme cold make them utterly unsuited for an environment this hostile. This planet is a graveyard for recklessness." A ripple of whispers spread through the hall, accompanied by exchanged glances of doubt and skepticism. Among the attendees, one human stood out. Dr. Olivia Mercer, an accomplished anthropologist and staunch advocate for human adaptability, raised her hand. Her name tag gleamed in the dim light as she spoke, her voice calm but edged with defiance. "Professor," she began, "with all due respect, humans have a proven history of thriving in extreme environments. We've conquered deserts, jungles, and even the vacuum of space. Why should Fenris 7 be any different?" Zalvar's mandibles twitched, a gesture akin to a wry smile. "Dr. Mercer, let us not confuse resilience with recklessness. Without adequate shelters and technology, your species wouldn't survive a single night. This isn't romanticized stubbornness, it's scientific fact." The murmurs grew louder. Olivia's jaw tightened, but she said nothing further. The tension hung heavy as Exelvar turned back to the hologram, concluding his lecture with a dismissive wave toward humanity's supposed limitations. That evening, as students and faculty dispersed, Olivia intercepted Exelvar in the corridor. Her usually composed demeanor now bristled with determination. "Professor Exelvar?" she called out, stepping into his path. "I need a moment." Zalvar halted, his glittering eyes narrowing. "Dr. Mercer, to what do I owe this? Persistence?" "I'm leading an expedition to Fenris 7, she declared. "We leave next week." Zalvar's eyes widened briefly before narrowing in disbelief. "You cannot be serious. This is folly." "I'm entirely serious," Olivia countered. "We'll prove you wrong." The professor's mandibles clicked in an anxious rhythm, a rare display of unease. Finally, he sighed, a resonant buzz accompanying the exhale. "Very well. I'll accompany you not to assist, mind you, but to document the inevitable failure for the sake of science." The shuttle journey to Fenris 7 was uneventful, though the tension between Exelvar and the human crew was palpable. Joining Olivia on this mission were 3 other specialists. Lieutenant Ethan Rowe, an ex-military survival expert with years of experience in hostile terrains. Sofia Vega, an engineer renowned for her expertise in constructing makeshift architecture under extreme conditions. Dr. Kiran Patel, a biologist with a particular focus on extremophile organisms. As the shuttle pierced Fenris 7's atmosphere, the team was met with a stark, otherworldly landscape. The temperature outside was a staggering 90 CE, with gale-force winds howling like banshees. The sky was a perpetual gray, choked with swirling snow that reduced visibility to mere meters. "This is where we set up camp," Olivia announced, pointing to a rocky outcrop that offered some respite from the wind. Zalvar clicked his mandibles in disapproval. "Unless your camp includes igloos, you won't last until morning." The team exchanged skeptical glances but dismissed his comment, determined to rely on their advanced thermal tents. As night fell, they quickly discovered the professor's grim prediction was no exaggeration. The wind tore through the tents with ruthless efficiency, leaving the team huddled together, teeth chattering, and frostbite a looming threat. By morning, the team faced a grim realization. Their sophisticated equipment was no match for the relentless fury of Fenris 7. Ethan, ever the pragmatist, turned to Exelvar. "All right, Professor," he said grudgingly. "Show us your igloo trick." Salvar's eyes gleamed with satisfaction. Observe and learn. Under his guidance, the team constructed their first igloo from compacted snow. It was an exhausting endeavor, their frozen fingers fumbling with the alien technique. Yet by nightfall, the crude structure was complete. Inside, the temperature was noticeably warmer, the icy winds a distant howl outside. For the first time since their arrival, the team slept peacefully. Over the next few days, the group explored Fenris 7, slowly acclimating to its brutal conditions. Dr. Patel made an astonishing discovery: microbial life thriving beneath the ice, a potential breakthrough for understanding survival in extreme environments. Their triumph, however, was short-lived. On the 5th day, the team encountered one of Fenris 7's apex predators, a hulking, fur-covered beast with glowing blue eyes and claws like serrated ice picks. The creature moved with an unsettling blend of speed and silence, its growls resonating like distant thunder. Zalvar, uncharacteristically shaken, retreated behind the humans. "What is that monstrosity?" Ethan raised his plasma rifle. "Our new problem." The creature lunged, and chaos erupted. Despite their weapons, the beast seemed nearly impervious, its thick fur and rapid movements rendering their attacks ineffective. As it closed in, Exelvar had a flash of inspiration. Using the reflective interior of an igloo, he redirected the team's portable thermal emitter, momentarily blinding the predator. Ethan seized the opportunity, delivering a precise shot that felled the beast. Breathing heavily, Ethan turned to Exelvar. "Maybe you're more useful than I thought." "I'll take that as a compliment," Exelvar replied, his mandibles clicking with relief. In the weeks that followed, the team combined human ingenuity with Exelvar's alien expertise, adapting to the planet's harsh conditions. By the time the rescue shuttle arrived, they had not only survived but established a rudimentary base, proving that humans could thrive on Fenris 7. Back aboard the Celestial Inquiry, Exelvar stood once more before the lecture hall, his posture uncharacteristically humble. "Ladies, gentlemen, and sapients," he began, "I must revise my earlier hypothesis. Humans may lack physical adaptations, but their ingenuity, resilience, and sheer audacity are unparalleled. They are, perhaps, not entirely unsuited for Fenris 7 after all." The hall erupted in applause. Olivia and her team exchanged proud smiles, knowing they had defied the odds and earned the respect of an unlikely ally.